Now, that would translate to, a steep fall in inflation from the double-digit figures in March. The indications are that in May, it's going to fall even further. And Putin was talking about inflation having stabilized at normal levels. It's not impossible. We could see some degree of deflation in Russia in the summer, especially with food and energy prices, that the costs will fall. Some commodities will remain more expensive, but it's highly likely now that the inflation figures in Russia will not be, will just, for the whole year, will just be in double figures. They will not be anywhere near the levels that some people were thinking, even as, of course, prices in the West are shooting up. People didn't understand. We've been saying this on many programs on this channel, going back years. People didn't understand the diversity, sophistication of the Russian economy. And at the same time, as I said, they have this bizarre notion, this extraordinary sense of entitlement that, we can sanction the Russians as much as we want, and they'll just go on accepting it, and we'll just go on providing us with all the things we need until we no longer need it. And cretinism just doesn't convey the full apocalyptic sense of it. I agree with you, by the way. I agree with the point you made. I think that the military outcome in Ukraine will be decided conclusively in Russia's favor over the next few weeks and months by the early autumn. And by the early autumn, the EU will have no real option but to cave, except, of course, it's difficult to see how they can, but look forward to seeing governments across the EU starting to fall.
Who's going to get fired because of this incompetence? That's a serious question.
Yeah, Olaf Scholz.
And also a bit of a not serious question, but who's going to get fired because of this?
Yeah, Olaf Scholz, I think, is probably a dead man walking, to be straightforward about this. I mean, election results in Germany have been very bad for the SPD. The CDU-CSU is rising. The Greens, believe it or not, are also rising because, of course, they're getting all the support of all those people who want to take an anti-Russian line at the moment. But I doubt that that is going to be sustained for very long. But Olaf Scholz and his government are surely going to unravel. And I personally would not be surprised if, when the full implications of what the Greens have been up to hit home in the autumn, we see the support implode there too. In Italy, Salvini, the sleeping volcano, has now come out and has been making certain comments about how the sanctions policy is turning out wrong, and we need to go into reverse gear, and we need a negotiated solution. Now, remember, Salvini is a major prop of Draghi's government. So without Salvini's backing, it's difficult to see how this government in Italy, this technocratic government, can continue for very much longer. And there's due to be elections at some point. The brothers look likely they're going to sweep the board in Italy. Well, we'll see. But anyway, things are beginning to look increasingly brittle there. The big question is what happens to the EU Commission leadership, to the ghastly trinity of Ursula von der Leyen, Borrell and Michel. Will they go? Will they stay? If this all implodes, even I can't see how they can stay.
Yeah, they need to go.
No.
Without question. Not that the next people are going to be any better, but
I know. At least
I don't see how you can be any worse.
No, you can, well, one, you can't be any worse, and of course, they won't have been compromised to the extent that this, as I said, this hideous trinity have been. So, I mean, they could at least start with a clean slate, which of course Ursula cannot do. I mean, I cannot honestly see how Borrell can pick up the phone to Lavrov now, or Ursula could pick up the phone to Putin now. I mean, I just can't see how it can be done, or how they can support a change of course.
Yeah. All right. We'll leave it there. The Duran. Yeah.
I mean, all I was I just wanted to say, of course, if this happens, I mean, this would be a geopolitical earthquake. I mean, make absolutely no mistake. I mean, we're not there yet. But if things turn out this way, then, I mean, the world that we have known has changed, and changed in the most fundamental ways. The West, the collective West, will have been forced into a corner and forced to back down. Now, this would be far bigger than Iraq or any other of the debacles we've had. It would be the end of the post-Cold War era.
Well, the world has already changed real quick. China is signaling that they want the BRICS to expand. Latin America and Africa. They want to look at Argentina. They want to look at countries in Latin America and Africa to join the BRICS or to be associated with the BRICS. China is working with Russia on a diplomatic, on a political level to increase their petroleum reserves. You know, you're seeing these two countries work together to provide each other with economic and energy security.
Yes.
India continues to buy oil. They've bought so much oil that a refinery that was scheduled for maintenance, they had to actually delay it in order to refine all the oil that they're getting.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already seeing it happen. It's already happening.
Well, indeed.
I'm not saying we're at a checkmate moment, but we're fast approaching it.
We are fast approaching it.
And maybe we're there. I don't know.
Russian oil production, by the way, is rising. I mean, it was supposed to collapse. I mean, it's now going up. But anyway, that's another story. But I mean, and in Latin America, elections in Colombia apparently coming. New government there, less pro-Biden, more willing to look at other things. Perhaps, you know, and Colombia has, of course, been a major prop of the US order in Latin America, and of course, possibility that Lula might win in Brazil, and of course, he was a whatever else
talking about lifting sanctions on Maduro.
Or exactly. I mean, you know, but make no mistake, if the Russians are able to bend the EU to its will, I mean, it's the collective West is shattered. I mean, that would be a geopolitical earthquake. Everything else that we see is important, but that would signal to the world that it has really changed. Things have really changed. Anyway, we're not at that checkmate moment. Who knows?
We're not there.
They'll try, no doubt, to find some way out. But you know, keep an eye on this one.
I don't know. It's either that or World War III, like real World War III.
Well, absolutely.
I mean, I don't. I'm trying to figure out: is there a middle ground?
No.
Maybe.
Well, I mean,
who knows?
well, the Harpoon missile madness is a step in that direction as well. But let's hope we don't get there. Let's hope that sanity prevails. But then we've had not very much of that up till now. So let's see what happens.
All right. We'll leave it there, everybody. The duran.locals.com. Use the code GOODDAY. Get 10% off all merchandise from our shop. Take care.